Hey guys, welcome to LawnCareMadeEasy.com. I'm Zach Stroud. Today we're going to be pruning back some of the distillium and some other plants we have in here, getting ready for spring. It's February now, so it'd be good to start cutting everything back, getting ready for that new growth, especially a lot of your evergreen. So I have some distillium in here, some sea of gold, and we have a tea olive over here. I'm going to walk you through some of this before I start to cut it and just show you what I'll be doing. So stay tuned and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so these are some of the plants that we have in here. This is a ligustrum. This is a curly leaf ligustrum. It is a really slow grower, and it may be just where I have the plant at, but it's going to get pretty tall. It's going to get probably around 12 feet. And this has been here around, I guess around 8 years now. I don't know if I'll be cutting too much of this back. I may trim it up here at the top, but that'll be about it. I kind of like the way it's growing and the way it looks, but I remember seeing one at a property one time, and it was enormous, and I think it was around 15 feet. I doubt I'm going to let it get that tall, but it is a slow grower, and it looks really healthy here, and I like the way it's growing. So I may trim off just a little bit at the top. And right here we have the blue cascade distillium. These grew really fast. This is probably about this will probably be its third, fourth year. It was planted as a 3-gallon. So as you can see, this shrub has really gotten really big and it's really wiry. So I'm going to cut some of that back. Have one right in there. We have the sea of gold here, juniper. So this one's a little discolored right here. It's not getting as much sun as the other ones are. It's getting a little bit more shade. So it's not looking as green as this one right here. This one has a little bit more green on it, but that one has a little bit more yellow. And it's done really well here. You know, it's a really nice plant, and I planted these here because we get a full sun. This is a full sun area. They really like full sun, and they don't take a lot of irrigation. So you can see how big this one is. This is a really big juniper. So back here I still have some more distillium right here, and you can see how wiry they are. I have an Alberta spruce. That one's doing really well. I was really surprised that this one lived as long as it has. We really don't have great success with these in the south. With the humidity, it's causing so many spider mites on them, and you can see in this area right here where it's had a little bit of some damage, but all in all, I fertilize it once a year, and it grows great. I mean, it's living, and it's doing a really good job of growing and being consistent year after year. Again, some more distillium, and to end it, we have a tea olive here, and you can see it's getting really tall. So I'm going to take that down probably about 3/4. I'm probably going to take this down a good bit under those gutters. I'm going to take those down and trim it up and shape it up really nice. So clean out the Rock Creek bed, get that cleaned up. We have a large oak in here, around here, so it blows a lot of those leaves into there. So what I'm going to do is just let y'all kind of enjoy me working and watching me get this cleaned up, and then we'll do a final walkthrough. Okay guys, so this is the juniper, the Sea of Gold's juniper. I'm gonna take a little bit off of this. I took a little bit off of the other one over there. I'm not gonna take a lot off of them, but I want to get the size down just a little bit and kind of clean it up on the ends here. So I'm just gonna start over here, and I'm gonna use my bypass pruners and just take a little bit of this off. A little bit of the height. Love a juniper, smells so good. We're just gonna clean it up a little bit. Took a good bit off of this one. It was blocking the window a little bit, so I wanted to make sure we could see out the window. This one's gonna need a little bit more to take off. See the way this is growing up? We're just gonna come in here, cut this down. That's taking a good bit of, taking the height off of it. Let's get this right here. That back there. I like the way it's grown. It's grown kind of wide and it takes up a good bit of space. I don't like the way it's kind of encroaching over on the sidewalk. It's kind of eating up the sidewalk a good bit. So I may have to get something else to kind of clean that up a little bit more. But what we're going to do now is just focus on getting some of this height down. And I may come back with some type of electric pruner and get this out of the way. That way I can eat it in, just push it in just a little bit more. That looks pretty good on top now. And the back looks pretty good. Yeah, so I'm going to have to trim that up with some, let's take it in just a little bit. See where we are. Yeah, it's taking up about a good foot off the sidewalk here. Yeah, it's good to prune your plants during the winter or coming into spring. That way they have a good base to grow off of. Pruning during the late spring or going into fall, I don't see that as the best time. A lot of others may see it like that, but I see it as that kind of dangerous for the plant. They're having to struggle to keep up with the growth and everything like that. So I think for plants, it's best to do it right here in the spring and then do it again in the fall, because there's not going to be much growing in the winter, in the summer anyway, especially from shrubs. Okay, so it looks good for right now, and then I'll have to bring something in, just kind of maybe electric pruner, and just kind of prune this back a little bit. But I like the height of it now. It looks a lot better, not as wiry, and I think it has a good shape to it. All right, let's get to the distillium. I'm gonna go ahead and keep the bypass pruners here. Give me a nice clean cut. All right, see how tall this is? We're gonna bring this down. Yeah, that way we can kind of free this Alberta spruce up as well. I was not aware that these distillium ones would grow so fast, and they grew really quick, and I like that, but that's a lot more pruning. This is the first time I've pruned these in 3 years. Last year I had to go to my sister's house. These are blue cascades, so I had to go to my sister's house. She had planted some cinnamon girls, and she wanted me to prune those for her and show her how to prune them. That way they kind of stay shaped. Now this is the one that's been kind of hanging on the window for a while. I'm gonna take it right there below the window. Having some new windows put in, so just to free this area up for the guys putting in the windows. This is looking a lot better. Yeah, let's take this off right here. Free up the wall a little bit here. And sometimes you have to cut in layers, so you may have to cut some more down here than all just on top, and just free this plant up. That way air can kind of move through them. So cutting in layers is just cutting on the inside of the plant, some of those branches that are crossing, and that'll give the plant a lot more oxygen and air. That way you don't have problems with fungus and other types of diseases that weakens your plant. Good. I think that looks good. Let's move to the front here. And remember, I'm cutting everything at a 45-degree angle. It's still February, so we can still get some bad weather. So I just want to make sure that if we get any snow or if we get any ice, that it's not sitting on top of that that branch, because that can cause some frost in there and it can kill that branch. So just cutting these at a 45-degree angle. That way the water drops off of them. There we go. Now it's looking a lot better. But I love the color of the blue cascade, especially with the new growth. Comes out in spring. It has a beautiful blue color. It's a very small red flower, but there's so many of them that it really bounces off that blue color and the dark green of the foliage. And they respond really good to drought. If you're needing a drought resistant plant, blue cascade, all of the distilliums, they really respond to drought really well. They don't need a lot of watering. Very low maintenance. Like I said, these have been here 3 years. I probably won't prune them again next year. A lot of that will come back, but it'll come over a period of time. So just pruning them now, get some of that overgrowth off, and they're good to go for a couple of years. So really great plants. Okay guys, so that went pretty well. Stumbled a little bit on the rocks there. I don't know if you noticed that or not, but yeah, that got off a lot of the height off the top here. So what I'm gonna do with my bypass pruners now is just kind of clean up the sides here, kind of bring it in a little bit more. The thing about growing a tea olive is they can get really big. Okay, I've seen them probably 30 feet, and I've seen them probably around 20 feet, and I don't want this tree to get that big. Okay, so it looks like I may have to go up there and get a little bit more of that. It's a little bit more lopsided right there, but this is me looking at it right here. But I'm gonna clean up the sides first, and then I'm gonna go back with the hedge trimmer and try to get some more of that off the top over there on the back. So just to clean this up and bring it in just a little bit. Never be in a hurry when you're pruning. Wish that would go in a little bit more. I just don't like, if I take it away, it doesn't look really nice to me. So I'm gonna let this kind of push out a little bit more this year and see how it looks. I do want to take some of this off over here on the side. Let's take that one off. It just gets more sun. It's getting more sun on this side than this side, of course. Okay, so it needs to kind of bush out more right here in the front. So what I'm going to do is just for now let this kind of grow out and just kind of tame this and keep this nice right here. That way I don't have this empty spot in here. So I'm going to hit the top with the hedge trimmer and clean everything up, and then I'll show you the final look of how everything's cleaned up and ready for mulching. All right guys, had to do this on a different day, but we got everything cleaned up, got everything kind of trimmed up really nicely, really nice. Got the junipers cleaned up, got the distillium, everything trimmed up nice for the new year of spring coming in, probably not another month or two. Well, probably about a month. So now, as you can see here, I took the hedge trimmers and just made a nice little round curve there off of that one. Got the tea olive cleaned up well. Got the tennis ball in there. But yeah, everything looks good. Getting it ready for mulch and decide what I'm going to plant in these spots right here. Not sure what we're going to plant yet. Probably get some good color in here, good annual in here for the spring and summer. Okay guys, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next video. Thank you.